Hi, welcome to Cook Along with Katie from Cookery Doodle Doo. You may or may not have just watched a video on me showing how to make homemade gnocchi. If you want to use shop bought gnocchi instead for this recipe, or if you want to use some leftover boiled new potatoes, that's absolutely fine. But I'm going to show you how to make an aloo gobi tray bake. So aloo is potato, gobi is cauliflower. So you definitely need both of those things. The potato we're going to use is the gnocchi that I've just made here. Obviously I've got my gobi here, which is my cauliflower, and don't throw the stalk away. You can chop that up as well. So you should definitely be using that, not throwing it in the compost or the bin. And then have a rummage in your fridge and see what other vegetables you've got in there. You could use canned chickpeas, I've got some red pepper, mushroom, I've got courgettes, some cherry tomatoes, I've got some wedges of red onion, but really anything that will roast nicely you can put in this. All I'm going to do is get a baking tray. And I've got here some ready-made curry paste, okay? This happens to be a Madras one, but any Indian curry paste is fine. And I tend to have a big jar of this in the fridge, but I've run out and this was all I could get. So actually these size pots are pretty much the perfect size. You want a couple of tablespoons, doesn't need to be too exact, of the curry paste. There we go. And then we're going to add a similar amount of just normal regular cooking oil. There we go. You could actually melt some coconut oil to use as well if you preferred. I'm literally just going to straight into the baking tray. Just mix those two things together. There we go. They don't really want to mix, but you can persuade them. And also when you put the vegetables in, they'll mix a bit more as well. Okay, so when you've got those mixed together, all you want to do is just put your vegetables straight in. If you've never tried roasted cauliflower before, oh my word, you're missing out. It is the best. You won't ever boil it again. There we go, unless you're making cauli cheese. I actually even roast my cauliflower for cauliflower cheese now, to be honest. Right, all I'm going to do, all of these different leftover vegetables, all the bits and bobs I had in the fridge, I'm just going to mix those around. Oops, tomatoes keep escaping. There we go. Just going to toss it all around. Get it all coated. There we go. Now, whatever form of potato you've got, whether it's gnocchi or whether it's the new potatoes, they do need to be pre-cooked. Everything else can go in raw. But unless you're going to cut up your new potatoes really, really small, they just won't cook in time. So it's better to use parboiled or just leftover potatoes or the gnocchi. So you don't want to put them in until this job is done, because you'll just break them all up. But essentially now I'm just going to pop in my homemade gnocchi. These have been made with turmeric in, so actually they're a perfect addition to this. The reason I add it really is just for the colour, but obviously it is an Indian spice, and we've got an Indian Traybake, so that's perfect. Okay, and then just before I do any more mixing, I'm going to add a nice big pinch of salt and some pepper. And very gently, just to get some of that mixture onto the gnocchi, but without breaking them up too much. I'm just going to mix these around. Once it's been in the oven for 10 minutes, you can just give it another stir. They'll have firmed up a bit by then, and they'll not mind you treating them a bit more roughly. This is just going to go into a hot oven now, about 200 degrees, for about 20 minutes, maybe 25, just until everything's nice and golden and cooks through. And then to serve it, all I'm going to do is squeeze the juice of a fresh lime or a fresh lemon, or even some of the bottled juice that you can buy would be fine. Just sprinkle some of that on top and put a load of chopped coriander over the top. and that is absolutely delicious in its own right, or you could serve it with some rice, some flatbreads, or we're going to have some pork chops alongside it actually. So there you go. I really hope you enjoy it. That's Aloo Gobi Traybake.